the van. Later on, we made a video to post on OnlyFans. Then we ran it through the gap.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Oh My Melanie, and I'm back in this thing with another video. What's going on, y'all? I'm back in this thing with another video or whatever.
Hold up.
And today, I'm coming to y'all with the last story of our Pride Month series. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Don't y'all forget, love is love. Love wins every time. It doesn't matter who you love. None of that. Period. But without further ado, if you are watching this far and you haven't subscribed yet, what the fuck are you doing? I better go ahead and get this video a thumbs up right now, because what? I actually finished a series on this thing. Like, what? Told y'all I'm coming for y'all the rest of the year up and it's stuck. But without further ado, I don't want to keep talking y'all head off. Let's go ahead and get into this video. I know y'all see that title and I know y'all see that thumbnail. Shit is real. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all about my first experience with a stud. I just want to go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. I don't have no problems with studs. I got a lot of family members that studs. Like, they cool, but they just not what I'm gonna end up with. And let me fucking tell y'all why. So, as I just said, I got a whole bunch of cousins that stud, and I got this one particular cousin that's a stud, and I am always the single one. Y'all know I'm about to be 6 years single. So my cousin, she's always like trying to hook me up with people. Everybody don't want Melanie to be single, but Melanie enjoys being single. Anyway, so she was trying to be matchmaker, Cupid, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So she had this one friend, y'all, and I seen her, I had like cross paths with this friend before. Like, I was at my aunt's house and this friend had came over my aunt's house. She ain't say nothing to me, I ain't say nothing to her, but we was just looking at each other like we exchanged, you know the look, like you know the fucking look, y'all know, y'all get me. So yeah, we exchanged a look of one night, and after she left, I ended up texting my cousin on some, so who is this, who is that? And my cousin was like, oh, that's, we're gonna call her Psycho. She was like, oh, that's Psycho. And I was like, oh, okay, well, Psycho fine as fuck. Like, if she's single, what Psycho got going on? And she was like, I'm gonna get back to you, whatnot. So time went on, time went by, because y'all know one thing about me, I'm a flirt. Recognizing me when I roll up on them dubs, I'm a flirt. Sometimes when I'm with my chick all alone, I'm a flirt.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Nah, but for real though, there's a slight truth to that, a slight truth. So yeah, I be flirting, and it gets me in a lot of trouble sometimes. So this is one of the times where it got me in fucking trouble. So yeah, my cousin ended up hitting me back like a few days later, and she's like, such and such is single, and when she seen you in person, she wanted to know more. Like, she wanted to talk to you. So I'm like, okay. Like, she is fine as fuck, because y'all, she was really fine as fuck. Like, if I do talk to a stud, she gotta be cute as fuck. Like, I don't like studs that's too masculine, so I don't like them types. So anyway, I was like, okay, cool. She passed the test. I had never talked to a stud before, so I'm like, let me try something new, because y'all know about me, I'm gonna try everything. Like, not no cocaine and nothing. That's my motherfucking limit. But yeah, so I was like, okay, cool. So she ended up giving her my number. So she gave her my number, and we started talking. She was pretty cool. Like, she was a Capricorn. I actually really like Capricorns because I'm into like horoscopes, zodiacs, and all that shit. And Virgos and Capricorns are very compatible. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and give her a shot. Like, it might be worth it, because by then, y'all, this happened recently too. I forgot to let y'all know. This happened like a year or two ago. It ain't even been that long. Like I said, she a Capricorn, so I'm like, okay, she got points for that. Right now, she up because she got points for being fine, and she got points for being Capricorn. Then she was older than me, so she got points for that, because I like older people, because my mindset, oh, I'm a 40-year-old in a 25-year-old body, and that's just that on that. So so yeah, I'm like, okay, she seemed cool. Like, maybe her mindset would be where my mindset is at. All right, let's go ahead and give it a chance. So time goes on. We FaceTiming, we texting, and she ended up living, this is the crazy part about it. She ended up living with my cousin and my cousin mama, like she was living with them and shit. So it was already motherfucking complicated. And once again, I don't like people being in my business, so I didn't want them to know that I was talking to her because it's not y'all fucking business. So she was like, okay, cool, she could understand. So I had started pulling up on her, but like I said, she lived with my family, so she would come outside and we would just, talk in the car. And one thing led to another. We did end up doing some things together, trying some shit. We didn't go all the way, but we was doing some shit. And that's where I fucked up at, because after that, y'all, this bitch, she motherfucking lost her motherfucking shit. Like,
Hey, Daddy! That crazy bitch out there again!
What's she doing with that big ass key?
she went crazy in 2.35 seconds. Like, huh?
Huh?
Girl, what? Basically, the first time she felt my lips or any of that, like, she was in love. And I was just like, oh, we don't get down like that. Like, I'm still trying to get to know you. Like, we ain't even make it to a month at this time, y'all. Like, we was probably like 3 weeks in. But lesbians move kind of fast with everything. Like, if you a lesbian, like, if you bi, where everything with females moves super quick. So yeah, she was moving super fast, but I still had my motherfucking boundaries. I was like, no, calm down, girl. Like, calm down, take it easy, sis.
Something ain't right.
But she was not trying to take it easy. So she ended up going on a vacation with my family or whatnot. And while she was at vacation, like, I was doing my own thing, because one thing about me, I'm independent and I'm gonna always be doing what I gotta do. I'm always busy because I always got more than one hustle. Like, I'm always doing something. And she knew that. Like, that was one of the reasons why she was fucking with me. So I thought, but at this particular time when she went out of town, she felt some type of way about me being unavailable. So she said, but I wasn't even unavailable because I was still texting her. I just wasn't answering FaceTime because I'm out and about. I don't really be wearing my AirPods. I don't know, y'all. I'm not really a headphone person, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, like, bitch, you gonna have to wait FaceTime till I get home. Like, that's just that on that. But I'm still texting her, still checking in, but it was not enough. So I ended up going to something, doing something. Y'all know I'm always out here doing something. So I was doing something, and when I came back to my phone, this bitch called me 50 times. She texted me 30 times. Then, on top of that, she started calling my cousin back to back, telling her that I wasn't answering the phone. So now my cousin's calling me, texting me like, well, why is Psycho calling me about you? And I'm like, girl, I don't know. Tell Psycho stop looking for me. So at this point, I got mad because y'all know I'm a hothead. Like, don't be calling my family looking for me. First of all, because I don't want my family in my business. Second of all, who the fuck is you threatening, calling back to back, doing all this crazy shit with? It's not going. It don't click. It don't click to me, bitch. Like, we not doing that. So I already felt some type of way. Like, at this point, I got my mind made up. I don't even want to do nothing with this bitch, because if you already moving this funny and we only 3 weeks in, dead. So after I found out she called my cousin, I ended up texting her, and I was just like, yeah, this not gonna work out, because you already doing some psychopathic shit and I'm not with it. Like, I always ended up attracting crazy people, and I don't know what it is. Like, I've been working on my energy, got my sage and everything, so we not finna go into that no more. After all that, she was triggered. Like, she was triggered as fuck, because she was like, you're not finna leave me. Like, in her mind, y'all, we was together forever.
Oh, I don't like that.
She, in these 3 weeks, was already talking about marrying me before the end of the year. She already was talking about us having kids together. She already was talking about her moving into my house, because I was in the process of getting an apartment. So she was like, yeah, go ahead and do this and this and that. And she was trying to dictate what type of apartment I got and all this stuff, because she was trying to make it convenient for her. And I'm like, bitch, you don't even have nothing. That's another thing. Like, she ain't had no car. She had no place to stay, which is why she was staying with my family. Bum bitch alert. I done learned my lesson about that. I'm not saying that whoever I end up with gotta have everything, but you gotta have something, or you either gotta be working towards something. She was not doing none of that.
Dang!
Back to the story. She was like very much upset that I was trying to call it quits. So she still ended up blowing my phone. Like, I'm talking about blowing me up, calling me, texting me all that. And I was just like, no sis, like I'm done. My mind is made up. Once my mind is made up, that's that. So I ended up blocking her because she just was not getting it. To me, after I blocked her, I'm thinking that the shit is over with. I don't have to see Psycho no more. Like, I dodged a fucking bullet. Goodbye. No, no, no. Was I motherfucking wrong? We gonna speed it up to like a week later. She had came back from her little vacation with my family or whatnot. So, like I said, the first place I seen her was at my auntie house. Y'all remember that shit, right? So yeah, I'm close to my aunt, y'all. Back then, I was going to her house every day. Like, I was going to her house every fucking morning. That was just my thing. I would go over there, smoke, drink coffee. That was just that. So, she knew. So one day, I'm pulling up. Me and my aunt, we talking. My aunt likes to gossip. So I'm over here listening. Like, we doing our normal thing. So I go outside. I'm about to get ready to get in my car so I can smoke. And then I see a car pull up, and it's my cousin. So I'm like, okay, cool. But as it pulls up, it pulls like, okay, I'm sitting here in my car. So this car pulls up, and I'm like, okay, it's my cousin car. Like, I just looked out my eye a little bit, like I didn't really look too much. I'm like, okay, that's my cousin car, because I had to make sure I had to put the blunt out, you know. Weed ain't legal in Georgia, so you gotta be careful. So anyway, I was like, okay, my cousin, cool. Didn't think nothing of it, still scrolling, smoking my blunt. Next thing I know, you know, you could just feel something. Like, I just felt some hot shit on my neck. Like, I just felt like something was on this side of my face, and it wasn't sitting right with my body. So I was like, the fuck? So I looked over to the side. Boy, I should never did that shit. Once I looked over to the side, y'all, Psycho was standing right the fuck at my window. She's standing at my window smiling. I'm talking about, she got a big ass, motherfucking cheesy ass grin on her face. Like, y'all, shit was weird. She was just standing there smiling. So I'm already upset. Y'all know I'm a little crazy. Y'all know this, and that's just that. Yeah. So I rolled down the window, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? And she's like, you thought you was gonna cut me off? No, like, we still gonna be together. And I'm like, we don't be together, sis. We was never together. Like, you saying it, what? So I'm just sitting there letting her get her shit out, and I'm just trying to express to her, like, girl, it's nothing here. Like, it's never gonna be nothing here. We not gonna do nothing. Just that on that. So she comes to my other side of my car. She tries to get inside the car, and I'm like, no, like, leave me alone. Stop. Like, just stop. She was like, no, like, we still together. We still together. And I'm just like, rolled up the motherfucking car window. No, that wasn't enough. So she's still standing there talking outside the car. So I get outside the car because she's making a big commotion, and I'm like, now you're doing too much. And I'm about this close to punching you your goddamn eyeball. So after that, y'all, I was upset. Like, so I went outside and I told her, you need to get the fuck from my auntie house. Stop coming over here. I don't want you. I don't like you. That's just that on that. She gonna say, hey, so you want me to plan a trip for us in 2 weeks so we can get past this? And I just started looking around like,
boy, if you don't get,
did I not just say what the fuck I just said? And she was like, yeah, so we gonna still be together. I'm still gonna move in with you, right? I'm still gonna do this. I never agreed to none of that. Like, and she was just not trying to take no for an answer. So I ended up telling her, like, you can do what you want. You can plan all you want. And that's just that on that. If you can find me, cool. She never fucking said that. Because this bitch found me again. She popped up at my auntie house a second fucking time, y'all. But this time, she beat me there. So she was at my auntie house talking to my other aunt. And she was telling them that I'm crazy and I got issues and she don't know why she fell in love with me. First of all, falling in love, nobody said none of that. Nobody said that. That's your fault. Anyway, so she telling them all that stuff. So I'm triggered because I don't like my business being fucking told, especially to my family. Like, no. So I pulled up and my auntie just automatically started looking like, shit finna motherfucking hit the fan because my auntie know me. So I seen her and I just was like, ugh, like what the fuck? Like I just walked in the house just over her, just not even giving her no time of day. And my auntie follows me inside, and that's when my aunt is like, you know, Psycho just came over here calling herself, trying to snitch on you, trying to tell me that you crazy and this and this and that, and she don't know why you treating her like that, and da da da. And I'm like, oh, okay, is that true? Is that so? And my aunt like, yeah. And my aunt just was like, I mean, I don't care what you got going on, but I don't know why she would come bring me in it. And I'm like, my point exactly. So I take my little happy-go-lucky ass outside. I swing that motherfucking door over, and I said, psycho, you want your ass beat now or later? And she's looking like, and I'm like, because at this point, you really violating. You're fucking violating, bitch. Like, you're fucking violating, and I don't like that. So she was like, no, I'm just trying to tell your family to make you talk to me and make it right because I love you and I really just want us to work out. And I'm like, bitch, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't fucking want nothing to do with you. So I started trying to fight her ass. And she was like, no, it's not worth it. Don't fight her, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, she was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I said, yeah, that's best for you to motherfucking leave. So she left. Still, y'all, she made another number, start calling me, texting me, all that, talking about, please, let's just fix it, let's just fix it. So I had to call my cousin, the one who hooked us up in the first place, and I'm like, can you please tell this bitch to stop? Like, put your foot down or something, because she's scared of my cousin. Like, so I'm like, put your foot down, let this bitch know that she needs to stop bothering me or you gonna beat her ass. So my cousin was like, I'm gonna tell her that, I'm gonna see what happens. So my cousin ended up telling her, like, leave my little cousin alone, like, it's my fault for putting y'all together, just let it go. She still blew me up for probably 2 days after that, and then she was like, I guess she really done. And I'm like, it took you all this to get that? So she finally stopped calling me and texting me. But then like a few months later, almost maybe even up to a year later, I ended up seeing her again, and she came up to me smiling, all happy, talking about, give me a hug, I missed you, you ready to rekindle things? And I'm like, bitch, no, if you was crazy back then, you crazy then. But this is really how I know I dodged a bullet, because after I stopped talking to her, y'all, I ended up finding out that she had a whole court case with her ex-girlfriend. She literally tried to kill her ex-girlfriend. They had restraining orders out on each other. And then on top of her trying to kill her ex, she was really crazy. Like, on medicine, like, psychiatry was her thing. Like, she was really, her mind was really fucked up. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I mean, it makes so much sense. She done fucked it up for everybody. She done fucked it up for everybody. Not really, because I talked to like 2 more studs after that. But that's just, no. Studs is just not for me. And she was clearly not for me. And I clearly need to stop fucking, I don't know. That's why I'm trying to protect my damn energy, because I be attracting crazy motherfucking people. So, yeah, y'all. That was a story about my first experience with a stud. And it was just motherfucking crazy. Like, that's just that. That's the only word. The word of the day is crazy. But without further ado, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get out. If you enjoyed this shit, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, because, I mean, why not? Also, don't forget to subscribe. And also, last but not least, turn on your post notifications, because you do not want to miss my uploads. YouTube don't be letting y'all know when I drop videos, and I don't like that. So let's go ahead and fix that or whatever. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye now, bugs.